Just need to keep their team alive here. Lastro obviously has the rally armor as well. He's very, very tanky right now, just pumping in the damage from afar. He's not really getting too much impact. As Unsunjay goes down, it's going to be removing a lot of the healing from the Toronto Defiant. Michelle demeched as well, unable to get back in the mech. It's looking very good for the Dallas Fuel.
The focus fire just isn't there for Toronto. Even though they're getting these big, crucial picks, and you feel like, okay, they're at a massive advantage, they can't close out.
Fuel are upping the tempo. They want to take the fight right up close to them. Toronto Defiant are going to start to play a couple of people towards the point just to try and flip it over. 99%. Sparkle and Hisu actually having a bit of a 1v1. That was a 4-man shatter that occurred meanwhile. Missed that one, but it matters not. That was Fearless coming out with the goods there. The Toronto Defiant unable to stand up to it. Transcendence by Lastro, who's the last person standing this round, is going away at a Fuel.
And quite easily as well. There were many opportunities for Toronto Defiant to get back into that.
There's Lastro unaware, and that is a lot of damage coming into the backline. Great shield bash though. The Reflect keeping Doha alive. They're trying to dive onto the support line, and yes, eventually they're going to be battering them down. The Defiant didn't even get that capture going online for them. Haven't been just trying to get the boop off the map, and that's going to be the reset there for the Defiant. Dallas Fuel too clean, losing a player.
We're watching.
With control of the point, Toronto are kind of forced to play into them. Coalescence is used super early on. That's a pulse bomb right onto the ground. That's an attempt there from Aspire as he tries to catch it.
It's way
onto Fielder, but yes, the response is just a little bit lacking here, and you can start to see that.
They're finding openings, but they can't close the team fights. Look at the capture point. It's got to be 99.9% of the way there for Toronto, and they will eventually turn this one over. But it took the EMP, and I've been critical all season of how long Hisu has been holding on to these EMPs for Toronto. It has slowed down.
Comes through now to Coalescence. It's going to be the hack on the Sado, though, and Sado's brought down. Michelle comes through, though. Self-destruct over the top. That's Doha. Going to be caught. To be having the Sombra now for this fight. That won't be the EMP being built up. It could be an opening. Aspire needs to get a couple of picks. Nice little sheer bash comes out there onto Fielder. Or Fearless, I should say. Locked him up. Nice tracking as well from Aspire. In a very bright spot, I think, for this Toronto squad as well. It's going to take a lot of the heroics that he's been pulling out as well for them.
Doha is the player to watch. But if this doesn't get value, Toronto have a response.
Rotation all the way around. The EMP is perfect. Lastro brought down to just a sliver of health, taken out instantly. And Aspire holding onto this pulse bomb. It's the last hope, realistically, now for the Toronto Defiant. They can't let this point flip back over. The rally is going to be used now. As Ansunjay is going to be returning with the back of his team. What a stick from Sparkle. Ansunjay's removed. No more rally, supplying the constant armor that was necessary to keep this fight going. The mines across the point. Doha's going to be hacked as well, but the overtime just burning, trickling down, no one able to...
And matching the pace of Dallas is still such a challenge. There's a stick, but a fade, and Fielder just slithers out of there like an eel.
Yeah, not going to be rewarded with that one, but Sparkle comes into the back line, and that will be rewarded. Nice little kill for him. Pulse bomb straight onto Lastro. Should be a kill onto Sado as well. He grabbed the Mega Health Pack, but he's going to get marked and chased down. It's another Mega Health Pack. Get out of there.
But this is just ridiculous. That was essentially one team fight. The Dallas didn't really take big resets. They took mini...
It's too late. They play with such speed. Hisu's ready and waiting now. Has built up this EMP. Could be an opportunity. Connects it onto 3. That's Doha removed. An opportunity now for the Toronto Defiant to try and take this one. Rally around the corner. The Coalescence, though, keeping Dallas Fuel in it and keeping them alive. Fearless wants to commit the Primal Rage as well. It's going to be knocking a lot of the members of the Toronto Defiant around in different directions as the spawners have been brought back in. 2 ticks, though, for the Dallas Fuel. This is going to be a disengage from them.
I like that from Toronto.
The EMP. That's the pulse bomb by Aspire, actually caught onto the tanks. The EMP! It only catches Fearless. And that's going to be the instant soundbar response. Jexa keeping everybody healthy. There's nothing to remove that shielding. Sado's going to go down as well. Everyone alive on the Dallas Fuel. Doha with the Discord Orb applied. Mines into the corner as well. Hacked up. Can't use the blade, but now finally unlocked. Unleashed across the battlefield. And it's just easily done for them. Just really getting nothing out of the play, but using it. And honestly, this team, the way they play, you know they're going to try and recontest this.
Oh, absolutely. They have the Pulse Bomb and the EMP to be able to work around as well.
EMP.
There goes Hanbin. He takes the Nano Boost as well to keep him alive.
Yep, Doha goes down though. His ult's committed. Aspire still ready and waiting though. He's going to coordinate something as well. Him and Sado pushing into the back line there. It's going to be the support line taken out. Sparkle, one of the last ones standing, not for much longer. Toronto Defiant, well played to them. Going to be working with quite a hefty time bank now as they're trying to push into checkpoint B. They're very
crush the Defiant's backline. These are the kind of things that Dallas Fuel love. I'm playing against a slow team that gives them all of these opportunities.
That's a great stick. Aspire is finding great opportunities once more.
But the backline is dead.
Yeah, the backline has gone down. EMP to try and stall them off. It only catches onto Aspire. Might be able to shove away Doha. This is good for Toronto. They might be able to match the time back, but they're not playing the point. They're being pushed away by Dallas Fuel. Sparkle with the rally armor on top. He has to relocate away from them. And he's with his EMP. Now a minute on the clock. Finally getting some point progress. Point has to be played here. 79% in counting. There's the EMP. Catches onto 3. It's a good one for them. And that's the Dallas Fuel trying to come back in. The counter EMP from Toronto. Can they find any opportunities? Can they find any picks, any kills? They're just staying alive for so long. Dallas Fuel have got all the healing they need.
Sado was dead. He couldn't help initiate off the back of the EMP, and the Toronto Defiant in the middle of that Transcendence fielder. He lands the Bionade onto Ansun J and takes him out. They
have to coordinate something. Aspire has the pulse bomb, but he's used all of his blinks. He can't actually get onto any target. Comes online, ready and waiting. He's trying to get him, but nobody touches. The whole team be rotating around. And that's a nice wall, but they're going to be taking an aggressive approach to Dallas Fuel, just clashing straight into them. And not really getting an advantage out of it. It's Fearless who goes down first. And this team fight exactly going how the Toronto Defiant were expecting with that one. They have a very defensive composition. The Dallas Fuel needed to find an advantage early enough to try and down, but it's already done the job here. Fearless holding onto the shadow. He knows it's going to be good when the shields go down. Burst it down, finds so many targets, just lying right on the ground, and that is going to be a one team fight for them. Aggression from Fearless, swinging into the grasp.
This Toronto Defiant. But now Toronto have big ultimates. They can push around this corner with a Flux, with a Blizzard, and they should be able to secure this.
Yep, Prophetic Flux in the air. Michelle actually using it to reposition now onto the high ground. The Immortality Field is just off by a couple of margins there. I think it may have got caught onto the cards, but it doesn't save anybody in the Blizzard, and it means the Toronto Defiant are going to be the victors in this team fight. Afforded a great opportunity now to just start to get a bit of time on. Punished for it. That's going to be the Holt coming forwards, pulling them all up. Jexa with the beat. Going to be clipping it just onto the card so it gets off nice and quick, and that is going to be Fearless swinging away. It's going to be a team fight win there for Dallas, building up the Earth Shadow for the next fight. 2 minutes 40 seconds here. Saves them.
The Blizzard! The Blizzard though got eaten.
Blizzard gets 8! Nice, not going to be having that one. Hambin getting away with murder. To be locked up here, but has the South Destruct, going to be sending it straight up into the air, off to the side, breaks a lot of the shields, and Dallas Fuel pushing off the back of it. It forces the positioning. The Toronto Defiant split up in the streets of King's Row, and we're down to now the final minute on the clock. The Doomfist offers them that one-shot potential. Supercharge around the corner, but Doha goes deep with the Blizzard. All of this going on, the Matrix as well. It could still be a winnable fight now for the Toronto Defiant. They've got so many pickups, but look at this, the Dallas Fuel finding the opportunities. That's so strange. The pickups are going away to the Toronto Defiant, but only Sado and Michelle left alive.
Yo, Fearless is just a beast. He's just an absolute beast. He comes into that fight with a shadow. They're all locked in there with him.
That's going to be more than enough to try and push them away. High ground taken as well. Sound barrier engage. It has to be done here by Toronto. Only onto the 2 players. They need to keep this going. Oh, great. The pulse bomb not really quite connecting, and that Sparkle just following up on all that damage that's already been done as this team fight goes the distance. Meteor Strike on top of it. Sado is no longer for this world, and just only 1 player left standing. Not enough. Pushed away, stopped just short. Get space if they can. Take damage, build up the nano boost, just engaging right onto the Manson J. Taken out. That's the Immortality Field that was removed as well. Jexa will fall here, but Toronto feeling a little bit lost, at least from the POV of Michelle, just looking around for these targets. They are getting the pickoffs though, which is good for them, but at the end of the day, Dallas Fuel, their goal was to try and build up these ultimates to try and cycle them, and Fielder will fall at the end of it. A minute burnt off, close to building up the ults.
Like Valentine, but even Valentine couldn't win against the tankiness of the Atlanta Reign in our most recent series.
That's a Blizzard laydown, and it does just stave away everybody. Of course, the rally from J as well.
The rally, there's the blade though.
What? Such a dangerous blade to take, man! Right into the Supercharger where 6 of them are standing.
That's crazy.
That is ridiculous. And of course you're going to get punished for it. The Toronto Defiant staying alive in this one. The post bomb from Sparkle not getting the damage he was looking for. Gravitic Flux built up as well from Michelle, but Lastro goes down. Sparkle in the back line. What a pick. And that's going to be the punch straight into Hisu as well. Removed from the fight. The DPS coming up with absolute magic. The teleport's still set up in the choke point here, but it matters not. The Dallas Fuel, just when you think the Toronto Defiant are walking away. In the overtime, managing to cap it up. You got to back off from this, but they are just playing so aggressive. Sparkle, what is that? Looking dangerous for them. The Nanoboost is going to be committed here, and he pushes him. He splits him apart away from the amplification matrix. Has the primal, but he's frozen. He can't use it. Sparkle managing to get that kill onto Hisu. Accretion, that's going to connect right into the Halt as well. Beautiful little work, and Sparkle trying to clutch this Flux defensively. He's already in the back line here, bursting him down. Doa's got to coordinate it with something to punch into the wall. Bionade setup. Hansunjae goes down. Meteor Strike is going to be getting a lot of area of effect damage into them. Feeler still alive in this, by the way. Not sure how, but the bubble laid down gives him a bit more mitigation. Fielder just clutching up. Another kill for him as Hisu will fall, but he's so low. Nanoboost needs to find a target, applies it just onto Hanbin to keep him alive, but now the soundbar on top of it. Fielder no longer in the action. They need to win out this team fight, but the Toronto Defiant are doing it. 2 picks for them. The bubble needs to be taken out here, but with the rally on top, they are so healthy and so strong. The overtime finally kicking in here. Eventually, if the Toronto Defiant stay alive and get these pickoffs, it is going to be theirs. The map, what they were working for. Maybe I'll curse this, I don't want to, but Sparkle was trying his heart out, but it's not going to happen. And die because this Sparkle is going to blink into the back line. That is the Immortality Field used very early on, and it's destroyed. A wonderful coordinated attempt there from the Dallas Fuel. Just obliterates the forward hold that the Toronto Defiant were trying.
Yeah, that was quite easy. I mean, we talk about dive being a little difficult. It's normally because you have long sight
to him. It's going to be the pulse moment to the back. The Immortality Field was forced out, but Lastro's not going to have it for much longer. And now the blade built up. They're going straight into it. The Overload keeping Nice alive, but only for a moment. Nothing really stopping them here with 5 minutes 20 on the board. And honestly, the threats that we were kind of bringing up. There's been short distance team fights. Coalescence used in the doorway. Lastro seemingly ready for it. He's going to use that amplification matrix, but it matters not. That was Fearless, by the way, using his Primal Rage to really separate the backline and make sure that they couldn't do too much more. And the cart moves so far forwards now.
They're getting absolute.
I'm going to be honest with you, the blade, if it forces out any sort of these ultimates, the Immortality Field, the stick is good! Look at the damage! In all that closed off area, self-destruct into it, along with the pulse bomb, you cannot overcome it. And so it's going to be burning right through them. That's the Amp Matrix used. Nice punch. Connects onto Hisu as he was using the Death Blossom to try and peel them away. Dallas, oh my word, they're just looking too strong at the moment. The overload from Nice is going to fade away in just a moment, but he's already susceptible there as they brought him all the way down. The heals come through. They're getting body blocked into the spawn. Can't even get out of it. Yeah, Sparkle is definitely trying to hold down the flank. Working his way around. That's an Amp Matrix built up. A Sparkle and Jexa go down. Nice bombs there from Nice. And that is Jexa removed. Nice arrow though. Hisu goes down here. And Dallas are just not really laying off the gas in the slightest. It's going to be the res coming through, so Hisu back into the fight once more, but he's taken out straight away again. Doha really just not getting contested too hard here. Almost a duplicate being built up, so combo it into one and the other. It's going to be Michelle using the Gravitic Flux Throne. Nice, of course. He's used the duplicate actually moving over to the Tracer, so building up the pulse bomb really quickly. Lovely work right around the corner, and that's a beautiful amount of damage to try and clean up this team fight here. Fortify online for Fearless, but not enough to save him. And finally, the Toronto Defiant piercing through that defense. 4 minutes progress on it, which means Dallas can fight around it exactly on their terms.
What a halt.
Yeah, that is magical as well, pulling him right into the Dragon Strike. Lastro goes down. This is going to be Sparkle, obviously getting the kill. Okay, taken out by Hisu, but at the end of the day, inconsequential because he's going to be getting back into the fight so quick. Dallas feel not even taking advantage of it. They push right past it. Into the Gravitic Flux, into the Dragon Strike. That's a lovely combo. And it's going to force them back away from this high ground. It's a last-ditch effort to try and buy a bit of time onto the card as he is going to trade his life for it. But finally, the Toronto Defiant breaking through this high ground chokehold. All that damage as well. He wants to push further forwards. Post bomb on the ground. Hisu goes down. And they're all
just
caught
backing off.
in close quarters, backing all the way straight into the hands of here to Dallas Fuel. Not ideal in the slightest. Holt to just pull Nice right back down to reality. Not going to be getting... Nobody's really in position to remove the supercharger. They have to play on top of it, but it's right into the damage that's just being layered on top. No one can really withstand it in the slightest. Gravitic Flux in close quarters. Doha just trying to dodge it, juke it. Ends up using that duplicate as well, so he's going to be building up a Gravitic Flux of his own. The Immortality Field is just looking quite limp on that card all alone, and that is going to be the map going the way of the Dallas Fuel. 3-1 GG's in the chat, winning out this series.
Not going to lie, Brendan, it looks like the Dallas Fuel have been doing their homework on escort maps. I said that it was their weakest map type, and Junktown in particular, not that great for...